Why would you do that?
We're in the endgame now.
Welcome to Disneyland Experience, my name is Kevin, and just like Doctor Strange said back in Infinity War, we have now entered the endgame. That's right, this morning at 10 a.m. we were lucky enough to go and see a early press screening of Avengers Endgame, and just like our past movie reviews, this is going to be a non-spoiler review. So let me start off by saying this. Avengers Infinity War was, at the time, my favorite Marvel movie. My favorite addition to the MCU. However, move over Infinity War. Avengers Endgame has taken your spot, in my opinion, as being number one. It is a masterpiece. It takes twists and turns that you don't expect. There's character development that I can't believe there's even more character development in the 22nd film of the MCU when, some of these characters have appeared in, 5, 6, 7 different movies. And in those movies, they have additional character development done. But on this one, there's more layers added onto their characters and you just feel so much more attached to them by the end. And the ride that you go on, you're going on this ride with them. And like I said in our Infinity War review, Thanos was the main character in Infinity War. He was the villain, he was the hero. That was Thanos' story. Well, I'm not going to spoil it by saying whose story Endgame is. If you go in expecting this to be Infinity War 2.0, you are going to be happily disappointed because it's not Infinity War 2.0. Avengers Endgame is a whole other beast. It's a whole different movie, and it's so well done. And it is the end of an era. It is the end of the Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity Stone. And of course, the movies are going to keep going on. There's still characters. There's already other movies announced. And, Disney's not stopping doing anything with the MCU. So I'm sitting here in my car recording my audio on my iPhone because I know the review embargo is up in a few hours and I want to get the audio recorded to put on the video. But I'm just kept thinking back at all these scenes, all these emotional scenes and epic scenes, and it's crazy to think that this was a 3-hour movie because it truly doesn't feel like I just sat through a 3-hour Marvel movie. The pacing was so quick, and I don't mean that in a bad way at all. It's something where, personally, for The Lord of the Rings Return of the King, that ending kept going and going and going and going and going. And maybe the first time it felt really emotional to watch what happened to those characters, and yeah, you kind of want to wrap it up. Avengers Endgame does not do that in a slow pace that The Lord of the Rings does. It's quick, it's precise, it's still as emotional as Lord of the Rings, but it's done so well and it does not drag. Every scene has purpose, every scene has meaning, and it's amazing. It's really hard to talk about this movie without going into spoilers, so let me just say it all pays off. It all pays off in a really big way, and I cannot wait for all you guys to go and see this movie and stay away from the spoilers. Like, what is it called? #Thanos demands your silence, or whatever the Russo brothers tweeted out, right? Do not let anyone ruin this movie for you. Go in completely blind, and that's why, again, we're probably showing footage in our review of the first trailer on loop over and over and over again because everyone saw that first trailer, but we're not going to show you guys anything else because I don't want this movie ruined for you. Go in blind. And at the press screening that we saw, it wasn't in 3D. It wasn't in IMAX. Now, IMAX opens up the screen more, and of course 3D, for those who love 3D, that movie is going to be even more impactful during those fight scenes, and there are a lot of fight scenes. And as I say, every scene in this movie has purpose, and it all comes full circle. I want you guys, when you're done watching the movie, to come back to this review, and please let us know here at Disneyland Experience, what did you think of Avengers Endgame? Did it live up to the hype that you had? Did it exceed your wildest dreams and expectations like it did ours? Let us know in the comment section down below. But for everything Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, and whatever else we decide to cover, and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland opens at the end of next month, and we're going to be covering it right here on the channel, so please subscribe, like, and come back here for everything you need to know about Disney. Thanks so much, guys. Avengers, assemble.
This is gonna work, Steve.
I know it is. Because I don't know what I'm gonna do if it doesn't.